At UCOR, we are supporting DOE Oak Ridge Environmental Management's cleanup mission at East Tennessee Technology Park. At Oak Ridge National Laboratory and at Y-12 National Security Complex, our cleanup efforts are supporting current and future missions.
Cleanup of ETTP is wrapping up with crews completing demolition and removal of the massive 235,000 square foot Centrifuge Complex in July. With this project complete, only one more demolition project remains at ETTP. The sprawling Centrifuge Complex provided early development and demonstration of uranium enrichment using centrifuges, but ceased operations in the mid-1980s. Demolition of the complex is one of the most visible skyline changes at the site, removing a facility that scaled as high as 180 feet. The final demolition project at ETTP has begun. Workers have started removing the 42,000 square foot K1600 building, also a former demonstration facility for uranium enrichment centrifuges. After equipment was removed from the building, UCOR deactivated the facility, including asbestos abatement, utility disconnections, and universal waste removal. The K1600 building sits in the center of the former U-shaped mile-long K25 building. It is the final of more than 13 million square feet of facilities demolished at ETTP. Workers have completed removal of contaminated soil under a section of the former K25 building footprint, completing the final soil remediation effort in achieving Vision 2020. After sampling and characterization, UCOR identified areas in a section of the massive 44-acre K25 footprint where contaminated soil required removal. More than 90,000 cubic yards of soil were removed, and the site was backfilled and seeded. This project will help facilitate future plans to transform the K25 building footprint into a commemorative site as part of the Manhattan Project National Historical Park.
At ORNL, crews working to address excess contaminated facilities have successfully moved Building 3005, the low-intensity test reactor, into the cold and dark state. Now, all utilities are disconnected, and the facility is prepared for deactivation. The former research reactor was operational from 1951 to 1968. With a cold and dark state established, highly trained workers are transitioning from completed ETTP projects to begin deactivation of Building 3005. The transfer of operational responsibility was recently approved for 2 excess contaminated facilities at ORNL. This is a crucial step that will allow UCOR to begin deactivation of those facilities. Buildings 3034 and 3036 are part of ORNL's former isotope row. Building 3034 was built in the late 1950s and housed the central electrical distribution station for the isotope circle area. Building 3036, constructed in 1950, was used as a decontamination facility for trucks and equipment. At Y-12, 3 facilities were also transferred for deactivation. 2 of the facilities, Alpha 2 and Beta 1, are former Manhattan Project-era Calutron buildings. Calutrons were designed and used for separating the isotopes of uranium in 2 stages. Alpha 2 was built in 1943 and initially housed 2 alpha-stage calutrons for uranium enrichment. Beta 1 was completed in 1944 and housed 2 beta-stage calutrons. The 3rd facility transferred, the old steam plant, was used to develop a dipping process for uranium parts. Crews are currently characterizing the hazards to prepare for safe deactivation activities.
DOE signed a 2-year contract extension with UCOR in July. The extension will help facilitate a smooth transition of workers to new deactivation and demolition projects at ORNL and Y-12 as work is completed at ETTP. UCOR has served as a primary cleanup contractor for the Oak Ridge Office of Environmental Management since 2011, and their work has accelerated cleanup at ETTP by 4 years. The extension paves the way for the next major phase of cleanup in Oak Ridge. Stay tuned to see the progress we make next month and follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter.